So white privilege is a real thing. I hear things all the time, but until I experience it myself, I ain't speaking on it. I'm not gonna talk about this shit. And I never try to pull the race card in situations. Like, I never wanted to be like a lot of people that I see around me, pulling the race card. But, and I used to tell myself all the time, like growing up, like, well, at least I'm not in nobody's cotton field working and everything. But systematic slavery does exist. White privilege does exist. And we are in the beginning of the end of this shit. Like, for real, all these privileged white folks that has held power for so long, y'all are feeling the rug being pulled under from under y'all. Like, seriously, I know I speak a lot on healthcare because I am healthcare. I live and breathe this shit. So if I reference a lot of things to healthcare, it's just because this is a part of my lifestyle. This is my life, part of my life. So, been through some culture shocks, especially when I lived out in Pitt County. I got to see a lot of people and their mindsets, and you'll see this like in a lot of rural towns and stuff. Even like Zebulon and Fuquay Arena here in Wade County, just all different places. Like, it's this whole mindset. It's the culture of the towns and stuff. Like, black people really be intimidated, really fucking intimidated by white folks. Now, really, can you blame that shit on white people? Hell to the fuck no. Maybe you can, but at the end of the day, free will exists for all of us. It's here. It's all up in here. And some people choose to see themselves as less than when they don't even fucking realize they the blueprint to all of this shit, right? So I have I've heard different things, and I have gotten the opportunity to see the things that I heard actually play out. Like, maybe I'm so nonchalant and I tune a lot of things and people out that I really wasn't paying attention in this life. But now, like I said, in the past year or two, especially working in healthcare, I really got a chance to see white privilege in like up close and personal. It's really like designed for, like, even like in nursing programs, you may see one or two black people graduate in the graduating class type thing. And and just like listen to other blogs from other healthcare professionals saying how, just certain positions you held, you got a good track record, that type of thing. And then when it comes for a position to be filled, you're not chosen, that type of thing. So when I say the beginning of the end, I think the model of healthcare is changing as we know it. Especially in, I don't know, they call it LTCs, or in like healthcare facilities, things like that. They use a certain mindset, certain strategies to gain control over the minds of people. And so many black people has, like, what's the word? They oblige this type of mindset. Like, they just fall in line with it. And then there's me, who Like, I ain't coming in nobody's place to look for trouble or to start something or just to go against the grain. But if it's anything that I feel may violate me as a person, I'm going to be vocal, unapologetically so. And whatever happens, happens. Cause I'm in that mode. Like, your job, the position that you offering does not determine my self-worth. I determine my self-worth. So I will work and do and fulfill a position until that position no longer is fulfilling me. Cause guess what? I fucking matter. So I've heard this before, and I got a chance to see it up close and personal in real life. Like, once, okay, so here we go. I've heard this white woman say that white women use the white woman trope, and they've been doing this shit for decades, for generations, where they don't have their own personal power, so they wield the power of other people around them. Now, me, I'm a CNA, right? I've seen this on a couple of occasions where they got their token Negro in place. They give this token Negro a little piece of position of authority. And this token Negro is really carrying out their strategies. And this token Negro is so proud, like, they make the position a part of their identity. And their whole goal is to aim to please the one who gave them the position in the first place. So a lot of times their ego comes into play. White women, boy, I tell you. I'm going to give you an example of what happened recently to me. So I work on a rehab unit, right? And I work day shift. And there are a lot of people that have to get up. They have therapy sessions and that type of thing. Now, when I'm at work, I'm business oriented. I'm all about executing and getting the job done according to healthcare standards, according to my training, protocol, that type of thing, right? So when I'm at work, I speak, I'm cordial, but I'm not openly friendly. And but I from time to time I will engage in conversation with, let's just say, a physical therapist or whatever the case is. So now this don't have to be secluded to just white women or a race, but some people, their approach it's the approach and the strategies is what I see and what I feel. So they gauging, people gauge you, and they trying to figure out how to approach you. So I notice with a lot of white women, they come at you all chippery. Hey, all it. Like, So me fighting back my ego, like, man, why? Hi, how are you? I'm Veronica. Yeah, I'm the CNA. Yes. Okay. How does this patient ambulate? Has this patient been wrote off? Like, are they a fall risk? These are the type of questions I'm asking the therapist, because therapists, they're basically the ones who determine you know, the level of care that the patient gets. So we got this one therapist chick or whatever. So I don't know, we was in the room working with a patient, and the funny thing is they will sit and white women, y'all will sit and watch somebody. You will do everything but speak. Everything but speak to be noticed versus saying hello. I'm so used to working in hospitals and places like that where doctors and shit, they don't speak unless we have a patient together or there's a procedure that needs to be done that requires my assistance. We really don't speak, but okay. I really have noticed, like, cause I go out of my way to stay out the way. That's just how I am naturally. I'm at peace in my solitude. Like, it's not that I'm uptight or I don't like you. You ain't even crossed my radar for the most part. So okay. So this therapist chick, the whole time she in the room, she did not speak to me, and then she on some oh hey type shit, bitch, whatever, like whatever type thing. So the same female, now I introduced myself, and then after that, like, she didn't really speak to me, right? So the other day, I get this patient up, not for therapy, none of that, just to get them up for the day and transfer to the wheelchair. Now, I gotta breathe on this because I'm feeling the frustration all over again. So I get the lady in the chair, and we're looking for her leg rest. The attachments that people's legs can rest on as they being pushed, so their legs don't get folded up under the wheelchair. So, first place I look is in her chair, which she had two leg stirrups there, and so I'm trying to put it on the correct way that I was trained to put the shit on. And it was for, let's just say, the left leg. But she was just kicking. She was kicking the stirrup as I'm struggling to put the bitch on. And I'm like, yo. So I'm like telling her, listen, this don't fit to that side. It fits to this side. No. By this time, I'm like, I'm breathing, woo-saw, because if this bitch kicked me, whoo, this is what I'm saying to myself. And I don't call people out their names. This is just me reflecting back on it. So, Sally Sue, or whatever the fuck her name is, Miss Physical Therapist lady, she way down on the other side of the hall. Is everything okay, Veronica? I'm good. Well, she making her business to come all the way over where I'm at to bend down. I said, I said I'm good. Well, obviously, I'm gonna help you with. Okay, that's what I call that passive aggressive tactic or strategy. Some people really get the fuck off on being a hero. Now, this is not this extreme, but some people will technically put themselves in harm's way so they can claim to be a hero. They want some type of recognition. They want to be passive aggressive, try to assert some type of authority. I've noticed when people are around me, it's like I don't know, maybe they feel my presence. I ain't saying much. I ain't giving no attitude. I'm focused. When I'm out in the world, baby, I'm focused on what the fuck my objective is. That's it. And maybe I come off very serious. I don't know. But it's like people see this power and they want to wield that power for themselves. So, again, white women don't have no personal power. They try to wield the power around themselves. So, because I'm mysterious, because you're trying to figure out an approach or any given second to insert yourself into something because you just feel that falsely entitled to insert yourself into something that you don't know nothing about. So after Miss Sally Sue inserted herself in this predicament, she herself got kicked by the lady because she trying to take it from me and put it where, it don't go, where it's not supposed to go. So you know what I did? I threw my hands up and I walked away. And she couldn't figure it out. So you know what she did? Got her happy white ass up off that floor and walked away with the patient that she was working with. But because she decided to insert herself into something that didn't have shit to do with her, I seen it firsthand. So it's like, oh, okay. Another thing, I was having a conversation with another staff member about something that she and I had discussed previously. And this other employee gonna insert herself into our conversation, question me. And I was like, I wasn't talking to you. Yeah, but no, it's not a but. Get out of our conversation. We're not talking. No one invited you into this conversation. So when I say stuff like that, oh, I'm being rude, it's my demeanor. No, you have a false sense of entitlement to think that you can insert yourself somewhere where you don't belong. And you're so used to that trope where people see you as the little damsel in distress. So there's no way that the white woman could have done anything wrong. If anything, she was saving the day. If anything, she was trying to fix the problem. But dare if I defended myself or stood up for myself or said something that counteracts what she's doing or said, then I will be labeled as the villain. I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. For real, like, I'm over it. I'm to the point I don't even want, like, I feel so empowered in myself. I know who I am. I rest peacefully knowing who I am and what I stand for. I'm not too bothered by consequences and things like that because me standing up for myself or preserving my life or preserving my sanity and my peace of mind while maneuvering around in this fake simulated ass world. Like, that's just a risk I'm willing to take. But at the same time, I feel like I've elevated so much and I hope that people learn lessons. Because sometimes I think I'm just in those situations to teach other people lessons. And of course, there are lessons for me to learn as well. I'm not above learning something new or gaining another perspective. But at the same time, like I notice things and I feel things, and then so I'm moving away where I'm just very direct and forthright and objective, and that's how I move. And I'm not easily swayed by emotions or fake ass emotions, if you will. Now I'm ready to I'm like the exclusive club. You're going to have to pay to have access to me. Because it's time to elevate and go to the next level. I'm tired of dealing with common folk. I don't care if you white, black, or purple, or blue. I don't like people that are indirect and use double speaking as their language of choice. I'm over it. And I don't want to adapt to your world. I don't want to learn how to maneuver your fake ass without pissing you. Fuck you. Like, food for thought.